Let me see what else. They're all, actually, there's big hello to Ian Lee, apparently, who's entered the chat room allegedly.
Happy Tree's got no toenails on his big toes.
Yeah, you can lose them, can't you?
But footballers lose them all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously it kills the cuticles.
And walkers, marathon walkers.
Mm-hmm. Isn't stubbing your toe disproportionately painful?
Yeah, it's
if
not
you hit
right,
your toe on the bed, on the bed leg, as you're going past at speed, and you get that moment of thinking, that is gonna hurt.
There it is! You do the dance, don't you? Everyone.
On the email, there's a bunch of stuff on the email that we probably haven't got to. First of all, actually, on the SMS, this is from Derek in Glasgow, who says, for Tommy, serious question, can I pleasure your wife?
Is your wife nice?
My wife's a good-looking woman, yeah. She's a good-looking girl. She was, I saw her in the cinema before I ever met her. She was, they used to advertise a vodka called Smirnoff, and this bint used to be the Smirnoff girl. And,
you can't say that!
And she was standing like this, sort of looking out to sea, she's got a good, strong profile, my wife, and she was like that.
I remember that. Was that the, she's standing on a cliff top or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that advert.
Oh, so she was actually in the advert?
Yeah,
I thought you meant she was at the cinema.
Wow.
No, she was the Smirnoff girl. And then, she got transferred to Hamlet for 2.8 million.
With Russ Abbott.
And so she became the Hamlet girl. That's the one. And she was playing chess with, Rutger Hauer or somebody. And they're again, it's on a cliff top again, and it was sort of a parody of the Bergman film. And my wife actually had a line in that, which was simply, he goes bonk with his knight, and she just looks at him and goes bonk with her rook, and she goes, checkmate. And old Rutger lights up a cigar like you do. Boom, dum, boom.
Yep.
And so I'd seen these adverts at the cinema, and I went off to Brighton College, and I'd been there about 2 weeks, and eyeing up the girls, like you do at college, and this was a college with a 9-to-1 ratio of girls.
Wow.
And we can apply to this place how?
Well, no, it's too late now, because it's a 9-to-1 ratio of gays.
Yeah, it would be. But most of them actually were wannabe primary school teachers, so they weren't all that, up for it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly there was this, entirely different looking woman in the middle of the queue for tea.
You have a, Skype call, by the way.
Oh, right, okay.
Just a minute.
Thank you for that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, who's this? We can see you.
You know,
If you take down the live stream from PlayRadio, pause it or stop it, and then just talk to us using your Skype audio.
Still there, though. Hang on. So
I'd seen these episodes, and I would have.
It's interesting listening to yourself back, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Not always.
Close down your media player.
Media player, get ya. I don't like Windows, it's horrible.
Wow.
I can't even see it.
No, but can we get a picture on this guy?
There's an error on mine, honestly.
Close your media player down.
I'm trying to do it. I don't know where the bigging thing is.
It's the little cross, top right.
Massive cross, man.
There was this
When you want
entirely different looking woman in the middle of the queue for tea.
How can it be?
Now it's all getting confusing.
It is, but thank you for trying. Who is it?
Chris,
that's good on you for trying, Chris. And thank you, and do it next week, but we're getting there. Anybody who wants to Skype us at PlayRadio, you need to kill the live PlayRadio audio stream. Either pause it, which my wife recommended when she tried it out, or stop it.
Yep.
But he's still there. You still there?
Maybe he's paused.
Anyway, I thought you were going to talk about 9/11.
That's better. We're going to talk about 9/11 nearer the 11th of September, mate. But is that a thing of yours, then? He's thinking about it. No, he's thinking about it.
Chris?
He's thinking about it.
Oh.
Okay.
Did he hang up or has he dropped out?
Could you chat Chris back and on Skype for me, Stuart, and just say we are looking at 9/11. We're going to do a thing on 9/11. We want to. Well, our original thing about 9/11, and I was disappointed to see all the major news media were still going along with the idea. During this week, there was some news report got to the top of the news agenda, which again reinforces this idea that a ragtag band of 19 terrorists, none of whom had ever flown a plane armed with box cutters, could wreak the kind of carnage that they did on 9/11, when there are other much more sensible explanations for it, frankly, out there. But the media hasn't...
And the proof isn't there either.
There's no proof. There's nothing. We need to start all over again with what happened on that day, and look at some of the alternative evidence that's really impressive, that's being put forward by scientists and physicists and architects, military people, demolition experts, but not journalists. And this is what saddens me about a profession that I am proud of, because I think journalists are fantastic, often do better work than politicians and coppers put together. Witness Watergate. You know, they did that. It was journalists did that. But they're very quiet about 9/11.
Do you want to take Chris again?
Yeah, let's try Chris again. Excuse me,
just answer that then.
So jobs are at stake, though, isn't it, really?
There was some news report at the top of the news agenda, which again reinforces this idea that
Chris,
a ragtag
you need to stop.
19
terrorists,
none of whom had ever flown a plane.
Turn off your media player.
I've got it, yeah. But I can't hear you,
when there are other much more sensible explanations.
Put a headphone on then.
Turn off your media player.
No.
So?
And are you wearing headphones?
Again with what
It's not off because you can still hear it.
that day, and
What's the phone number?
So the phone number.
Give us a call. It's 01243 55 60 60. Chris wants to... I should explain, because it's quite possible that somebody stumbled on this who's not aware that we are a closed community, although we're happy to have you on board as long as you understand that these are grown-up discussions about wider issues such as the lack of media expose on 9/11, why they're not interested in the alternative ideas, through to why having a dump is a pleasurable experience. But we are still early stages in what we're developing here, which is why sometimes the technology doesn't work 1000%. What we're aiming to do is have phone in as per usual, but also use one of the voice on internet protocol devices, and Skype is about the best of them, so that people can make contributions using their PC. And the sound quality can be a lot better. But you do need to switch off your live feed of PlayRadio's audio if you do come through on Skype. It's as simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Stuart?
that's all you have to do. It's like when you call a radio station, you have to turn your volume down on your radio.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Feedback.
That's exactly what it is. We've got a whole bunch of stuff we haven't talked about in the email. Phil Val says he's got a nice story from TSW in Plymouth. Where
Evening, Phil.
Yep, evening, Phil. The continuity announcer who was in Vision would, which means on screen for those who don't know, would send birthday greetings to different children who were watching. The announcer was accompanied by a pet rabbit called Gus Honeybun. It did a special bunny hop depending on how old a particular child was. Anyway, one day the announcer, who was clearly tiring of being outshone by the stuffed animal, was approaching the end of the feature when suddenly, mid-hop, the rabbit's head flew off and hit him in the face. The next thing the children watching could hear was "fucking rabbit" as the poor innocent puppet was thrown against the wall, all on live TV. Apparently the announcer's never been seen again.
That's Phil Vowles from our Sunday lunchtime show from the flashback.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, question on the email for you, Tommy. Will you be joining Talk Radio when it returns to DAB in the summer of 2008?
Yeah, I don't know much about this, but I read something in the paper about it. Andrew in Northampton, thanks for that. I'll look into it.
Andrew, Mick, and Anne have all sent messages about Happy Trees post that you can have a look at in a minute.
Good. Oh, there's Christina in Tasmania. Hi, Christina.
She says it's bloody early.
It's bloody early, it must be, yeah.
One of the... Oh, this is from Andrew again. One of the objections to the accounts of abduction is the question, why would they pick you? But maybe naive intelligences are easier to manipulate than for these beings. And by all accounts, when they adopt physical form, they cannot deal with aggressive people. Would beings with the ability of a mind control still be able to control every aspect of it? I'm just wondering here, Tommy.
Well, maybe not, but they'd certainly need the kind of spark plug you can only get on Jupiter.
And you have Colin on Skype, line 1.